So, sexual tension, sexual energy, masculine, feminine polarity. Let's get into it. So yeah, when, I am always putting out my aura, my masculine energy. It's always just kind of like floating around. My human design is where I channel it forward into this penetrative force that goes into the universe. If you don't like the word penetrative, sorry, because that's kind of what it is. It just moves forward into things, and I walk over to the fridge and I'm penetrating the fridge with my energy.
Yeah. So there was a time, actually, I thought about recording this episode a long time ago, and one of the first things that I was gonna say is that like you like penetrate me with your aura like in the kitchen all the time. Like there are times where you just come up and grab
Nowhere
me.
safe.
But like it's not in a, I don't know, it's not in like a clingy or annoying way, or like a, I don't know, like some women I think like have some boundaries around that. I guess I don't with you. Like I love it when you come and like grab me and stuff like that. But yeah, like there are times, a lot of times, like in the kitchen or just doing things when you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna penetrate you with my aura right now. Like, and it's like kind of fun.
It's always
like
hanging out, swinging around.
Silly and goofy, but yeah, you're always helicoptering your aura all around the place.
We talked about that last time we talked about sex. Yeah.
Oh,
it's still funny.
It's still funny.
And gentlemen, if you're not helicoptering your aura around, get to it. Okay.
I think that is a special projector thing in human design.
I think everybody can throw that around a little bit.
Okay, sure, but especially projectors. Like if you are a projector in human design, your aura is penetrative. You like literally have a proboscis in front of you in your aura.
Cone.
Yeah, sure.
I envision it as a cone.
Yeah.
That's how I focus my energy. And it's not always like sexual energy. It's just like energy that is emanating out of my presence, moving into the future. And so there's many times when I'll maneuver that energy right into you. Yeah, intentionally and consciously. And then that allows me to like consciously receive it. And what I love about that, and I think like why it doesn't feel annoying or like too much for me, is because I genuinely feel like there's no expectation around it. Like there's it's just like that's just a fun thing we experience in that moment, and then we go back to doing whatever we're doing. It's not like, oh, okay, this has to be something now. Like, so that is the other thing that I wanted to say, is that especially for women or feminine beings, like expectation is the biggest sex killer. Yeah. Sucks. It's like, oh, expectations are kind of the worst for everything. Yeah. Expectations always seem to have that magical quality of never being met. Isn't that the truth? How many times do you set an expectation and then you're just like, that fucking fell through? Yeah. But yeah, the exchange of energy, that's like one of the real fun things about masculine, feminine energy, is that we're always, we always have kind of a major, I guess, energy we tend towards that we kind of culminate. And just to be clear, before everyone gets up on their high horse, this doesn't really have anything necessarily to do with gender. No. But there are strong correlations that if you're born a man, you tend towards masculine energy, and there's nothing wrong with that. And there's also nothing wrong if you don't, and you tend towards feminine energy. It's always a balancing act, and it doesn't matter which one you tend towards, as long as you enjoy it and embrace it and just go for it. Yeah, it's more of the energy. So like I think there's a difference between like male-bodied humans and like masculine creatures. Like those don't have to be the same thing. Yeah. And they often aren't. Sometimes they are. Yeah, and sometimes they are. Yeah. So this masculine feminine like polarity thing, this does not have to be a like man woman binary type of thing. This is really a energetic like polarity type of thing. So you could look at this clearly outside of gender. You could talk of this as yin and yang. You could talk of this as left and right. You could talk about this as top and bottom. Yeah, I mean there's all kinds of things. Butch and femme, sub and dom. Yeah, good old times. Yeah, I mean we look out our window and we see little pairs of duckies doing this dance all the time. Yeah, little sweeties just going after each other. In all the ways, yeah. In all the ways, yeah. Nature is unabashed about masculine, feminine polarity, and it does it in a million different flavors. So there's no reason why we can't either. But just keep it simple. Yeah, we'll probably generalize a lot here. I'm glad that you said that, because when I often refer to feminine energy as she and her, and masculine energy as him and he.
But that has nothing to do with actual gender.
Mm-hmm.
That is just the energetics that I'm talking about.
Yeah. So back to energetics and how fun that is, because really to take your sexual experience. Oh yeah, you got something.
It's like circling my nipple there. And a little inappropriate.
Hey, okay. Now that we're on YouTube, we got to be more inappropriate. Okay, we got to keep all of our clothes on.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see how this goes in the summertime.
I know. I didn't even notice you had that little pocket right there.
Yeah.
That's where you keep your weed.
Put your weed in there.
But yeah, back to energy. So energy and I like to call it sexual tension, because even if you don't put it in the context of sex, it has that same kind of like arousal feeling. Yeah. And I think it's important to not to shed our Puritan ancestry and like
fuck that shit
burden from back in the day where sex was this sinful thing. Now fuck all that shit.
Also, I just want to give a plug to everybody who grew up in the church. Like, it complicated sex and relationships so unnecessarily. Like, all that shit is bullshit. It's patriarchy. It's like so fucked up. So I have absolutely forsaken all of that. And I encourage you to do the same.
We're gonna have some forsaken sexual energy
here.
That's
my fire and brimstone.
But yeah, this is, I mean, I really enjoy talking about this. I think it's really fun. It's
got to the good part.
We haven't even talked about sex at all, really. But yeah, this is an open discussion. And if this makes you uncomfortable, that's cool. But you should ask yourself, why does this make me uncomfortable?
Okay.
So sexual tension, sexual energy, masculine, feminine polarity. Let's get into it. So yeah, when, I am always putting out my aura, my masculine energy. It's always just kind of like floating around. My human design is where I channel it forward into this penetrative force that goes into the universe. If you don't like the word penetrative, sorry, because that's kind of what it is. It just moves forward into things. And, I walk over to the fridge and I'm penetrating the fridge with my energy, and I open it up. I can't find what I'm looking for. So that's probably that's my punishment.
Penetrative blindness.
But yeah, it is really fun to like just open yourself up to the sexual polar energy of your partner. And a lot of the times that's what kind of magnetizes me towards Jordin, where it's just like she'll be doing something else and I'll see her and be like, ooh, I see this energy here, or I feel this energy. I'm going to go and say hello.
Yeah, that's the thing about him. He's an energy worker, y'all. Like, he feels this shit.
I think we all feel this way more than we want to let on. But when you really like open your mind, open your experience to it, because there's so much that we've been kind of brainwashed to think like, energy and all that shit's woo-woo and it's not real. If we can't measure it, then it's not a real thing. Well, try it on for size and see if you don't enjoy it anyways.
Yep.
Because, a lot of the times you can, even if you just imagine in your mind, like you're holding a ball of energy, or you're like passing energy back and forth in your hands like a slinky. And just kind of like imagine what that would feel like, and just let that feeling kind of grow in your hands. Like, take away one of your senses. Like, it's really fun to do in a sensory deprivation chamber, like where you go and float. Highly recommend that.
Yeah, me too.
Because then you can really focus in on like the body sensation of it, because energy flowing and emanating out of your body is a huge sensation type of thing. And that is why it's a really powerful tool for sex. Hey everybody, thanks for enjoying this episode of the Heart is a Muscle podcast. We really enjoy creating this content for you, and we want to share some more resources so you can get even more content. So take it away, Jordin.
That's right. If you want to follow either one of us on socials, if you want to work with either one of us, if you want access to our YouTube channel, if you want to buy our book, links to all that stuff is on our Patreon. So that is patreon.com/theheartisamuscle. Now, you don't have to join Patreon to get access to those links.
But you probably should. The more that you support us and support this channel, the more that we can create this awesome content to help support you, because that's really why we do this. We want to make your guys' lives better, and your support really matters.
Yeah, and what you'll get when you join Patreon is a shout out in our next episode, and you will also get access to listener requests, where you will get to request what you want us to talk about in future episodes.
So from the Heart is a Muscle podcast to you guys, thank you so much for all the support, all the feedback. We really, really enjoy it, and we'll talk to you all later.
Truly love you guys so much. Bye.
Bye-bye.